camera test. Let's see. All right. This is gaming. This is gaming talk. Look, this is me trying to get a hold of the stream, trying to get it set up. In the description, you can view the audio version of this. You can just jump ahead. Look at the audio version. The links in the description: SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, Radio. So go check that out, my peoples. This stream was just going to. We just saw the PlayStation experience last night, as well as 2 days ago, with the Game Awards, if not a day ago. And this is the stream where we're just gonna, do a review. We're gonna do a reaction. I just wanted to have this up on the channel for history's sake, for archive's sake. But this will, like I said, be on the audio version. So please subscribe to us on the audio version. But what I'm gonna do is make sure I can hear myself, because that's going to be important. Make sure I can hear myself. Okay, I can hear myself. Perfect. Like I said in the description, you can go ahead and jump on those links, the audio version, if you don't want to hear it or see it. But this is the live stream. We do this every week. It's different this week because this is Saturday, not Thursday at 5 p.m. Things came up, had to move it to this time. But yeah, hashtag like the content, drop a like, smash that like button so we can get somewhere with this. But like I said, this is Gaming Talk 53. Let's start the show. Yo, what's up, y'all? This your boy Raw coming at you raw. I hope your day is all well, and bless you for stopping by. God bless you. Let's get on with the video. Now, well, not a video, it's a live stream, but like I said, in the description, you can find the audio version of this podcast. Like I said earlier, also, if you're just tuning in, we do this every week, 5 p.m. U.S. Central Time on Thursday. Please join us if you can. I have my guys invited to. This is like last minute, fellers. Last minute, out of the blue, because we didn't do it on Friday or Thursday like we was going to. But this is the reaction of the Gaming Awards, the Game Awards. Jeff Keighley hosted the Game Awards, as well as the PSX that happened last night. A lot of things to talk about. I got my list. I'm gonna run through it, and please, if you're in the stream, put a comment down. Let me know. Did you see it? Did you get to enjoy it? We're gonna go to the announcements first. The things I wrote, the noteworthy things. But yes, PSX happened last night, and it's still going on. It's live right now. But the Game Awards, which was crazy, actually, man. They had a lot of big announcements, as well as the games that won. Spoiler alert, the game of the year went to Zelda Breath of the Wild. Zelda Breath of the Wild, let me tell you right now, Zelda Breath of the Wild, it definitely is worthy of the game of the year trophy, the big game of the year emblem, right? Like, it deserves it, is what I'm trying to say. In Horizon Zero Dawn, Persona 5, PlayerUnknown's Battleground, and Super Mario Odyssey, those games were the runner-ups, right? Those were the runner-ups for Game of the Year. Zelda got to take it, and everybody's Game of the Year list is going to be different, right? Depending on where you played mostly and where you are mostly when it comes to your gaming preference. But as far as my Game of the Year, it would have to be Zelda 2. I would actually agree with Jeff Keighley and friends picking that as the Game of the Year. Zelda Breath of the Wild, the freedom in gameplay, the freedom by itself is why it's worth the reason. It's Game of the Year material because of that reason alone. Now, in second place, I would give it to Horizon Zero Dawn. The reason why I would give it to Horizon Zero Dawn is because, first of all, I never even played Mario Odyssey or Persona 5 or PUBG, so I really can't share my 2 cents on those 3 games. I have Mario Odyssey. It's sitting there, bro. I have it on my Switch. I just never played it. But also, I would give it the second place to Horizon Zero Dawn is because Guerrilla Games is one of my favorite developers. They came out making linear games, and out the blue make an open world game like Horizon Zero Dawn. Like I said, they gave it to Zelda, but Horizon Zero Dawn at a close second for me. The list I have here, I'm gonna just go down. World War Z, a multi-platform game, was announced. A VR game, Vacation Simulator, guys who did Job Simulator, was announced. Rick and Morty, The Accountant Plus, December 19th. That's happening soon. The VR game. A new game from Software, Tenchu. A lot of people thought it was Bloodborne 2. I'm sitting with Tenchu, but who knows? You know, it might be Bloodborne 2. Like I said, the PSX panels are still going on, so we may get some new information on the From Software game later this weekend, if not before this year is out. Going to a winner, Edith Finch won Best Narrative Game in the Gaming Awards. In Valley of Gods 2019 releases 2019. This game is from the creators of Firewatch. Game looks crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. The game looks crazy, and I'll tell you right now, the graphics is coming out in 2019. So is this like our first next gen, looking game is coming out in 2019? Is this the first game that's going to be on next gen that's going to push next gen? Well, I don't know. But moving on, Nier Automata won Best Music. I thought it was going to go to Destiny 2, but it went to Nier Automata. I have that game, but have not yet to play it. I played the demo, but have not yet to play Nier Automata. Nier Automata is a from Platinum Games game, an action RPG where you play as this android trying to save the tagline is glory to mankind. So I'm excited to play that game. Sorry about that crack. Woo-hoo. Anyway, moving to the next game, Best Action Game, Wolfenstein 2. Bandit, hey Bandit, my dude, thank you for joining us in the stream. Hey Bandit, look. I don't know what you're doing, but we right now, I'm over here holding the show down because I invited both Fresh and 8-Bit. But you know what? You got time to look at me. I'm just gonna invite you too, bro. So whenever those guys come in, just know that you have the invitation as well. You join if you can, because we saw the Gaming Awards, and you guys who are listening to me via the audio version of this podcast, Bandit Haze is a YouTuber, awesome YouTuber. He usually, I'm about to say usually appear on the show now and time again, and I'm going to invite him to this right now. And like I said, Bandit, if you could join, that'd be on point. The other guys, they're invited and they're on their way. Bandit, what I just realized is I don't know what your let me see. Yeah, I don't even know what your Gmail, how to get you on, my dude. I don't think we ever established the connection on Michael. Whoa, Michael, you mother hover, you in this too? Well, welcome to the stream. We do this every week at 5 p.m. U.S. Central Time. Bandit, you got to tell me, how can I get you in here via, I guess you could say, Google Hangouts. We do this on Google Hangouts. So if you guys ever curious and wanting to be a part of the show, you can jump in, link me through Twitter. How is that even possible, Bandit? How can I get you in here via Twitter? See, I'm at emails. Oh, that's you, boy. We might have to play some games, man. If you over this way, that's what's up, Bandit. how I'm gonna do this. Let's see. Linking by link. Hold up. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Um, yeah, here you go. I'm gonna send it to you, Bandit. I'm gonna send it to you. I think you're onto something there. While I get this situated, fellas, again, this is the Game Awards and PSX 2017 reaction. These happened the last 2 days, and it continues with PSX. Remember, I would love for you guys to hashtag like the content. This brings up the video. Also, good ratings is always good. Hey, I just sent you the link, Bandit. I don't know if you can see that. Tell me if you can see that, bro. But anyway, if you could join, I'm super done. That's pretty cool. I didn't even know you could do that. Huh. Anyway, we're gonna continue. The next thing I wanted to add to the list was best art direction. But before I said that, I said Wolfenstein 2 won best action game. Look, Wolfenstein 2, let me tell you right now, I never played it. They have the trial right now. You can download the trial on your PS4 as well as on your Xbox. And you hear only good things about that game. You only hear good things about that game. And I'll tell you right now, Wolfenstein 2, it deserved to win. It deserved to win for best action game. Dual wielding in the Wolfenstein 1 as well as Old Blood. Those are, yeah, Old Blood and Wolfenstein The New Order. Those games were action packed. They deserved to win. And I'm glad Wolfenstein 2 took home a trophy. Here you go. Bummy. So that's what your name is on this mug? Join the group. Okay, join the call now. If you can if you can. We're gonna get Bandit Haze in this mug if he can figure out his way into the actual stream. Once again, we got our dudes, Professor 8-Bit as well as PrinceThaGamer, on their way. Hopefully they can make it before this thing is over. And this is, like I said, just going over what happened the last 2 days in the gaming industry / world. But anyway, we're going to continue. Best art direction, Cuphead. Let me tell you about Cuphead. The game looks like an old 70s cartoon, and the music is phenomenal. I actually have went on Spotify and listened to the soundtrack of Cuphead. Just amazing. Just an amazing game as far as what you can achieve, right? You got new technology, these games, right, trying to always compete for the best graphics, and then you come out with a game like Cuphead. If you don't know what Cuphead is, go ahead and search it up. And the game is on Xbox as well as on PC. That won Best Art Direction. Now, Soul Calibur 6. Jeff Keighley teased before the Gaming Awards that a game with a 6 will be revealed. People thought it was Elder Scrolls 6. Me and Fresh even threw out Halo 6, you know? Write in the comment section, what game with a 6 would you had loved to be a part of, or at least come out and show some gameplay of. But it was Soul Calibur. It was Soul Calibur 6, bringing back Soul Calibur. Dude was on stage with a robe. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce the proper term for kimono, I believe. But anyway, Soul Calibur 6. Look, the game looks phenomenal, but what it's going to do to be innovative, right? Like, is it going to just be the same old Soul Calibur games that we just played in the past, just with better graphics and physics? We don't know. But it did look crazy. It did look good. I'm glad Soul Calibur is returning. The Last of Us Part 2 was voted most anticipated game, and that beat it out God of War 4 as well as Spider-Man. And also Red Dead Redemption. So a Sony exclusive, a PlayStation exclusive, though, got most anticipated game. And people who don't see the hype for The Last of Us, just play The Last of Us 1. And if you did play The Last of Us 1 and decided that it wasn't for you, then just quit gaming. Just quit it, you know? Like, if you can't enjoy and appreciate The Last of Us, then you get out of here. Nah, I'm playing. Let me stop. To each their own. Best indie game, Cuphead won again, but this game called Mr. Shifty. The game looked amazing. Mr. Shifty looks phenomenal. Top down kind of game, but Cuphead won, and well deservingly, because Cuphead is an amazing game as far as art direction, gameplay, and music. So Cuphead won best indie game. Fortnite got an announcement, a new game announcement, 50v50 mode for Fortnite. When it dropped, it was a free-to-play early access type game, the Battle Royale. But prior, it was PvE only. That's player versus environment, you versus the computer. And it was good. It was good, but it was $30 to $90. So I say the price range like that because there are different ways to get in, right? If you wanted the cheapest way, you had to drop $40 to get in that game. And the reason why I said 30 is because if your friend bought the big boy $97 edition, he gave you a code that, in a way, I bought for 30. That's my dude, Static Ninja. He bought the big boy edition, and he gave me the free code, but I gave him 30. So just to say thank you, right? Also to help him. Bless that man. But I'll tell you right now, Fortnite's Battle Royale came out for free, and it was 100. Hold up. Bandit, you keep joining, but then you don't join. What's going on, man? Let me see. Excuse me, everyone. We're going to add Bandit Haze. Wow, look at that. Okay. How can I add you in? People in this group. Who is Bummy? You got to talk to me, Bandit. Who in the world is Bummy? All right, we're going to remove Bummy, and we're going to close that link. Okay, Bandit, are you there? I'm going to just say, Bandit, are you there? How do you join? Oh, my word. Excuse me, viewers and listeners. I'm over here trying to figure out how in the world can Bandit join. Bandit, I don't know how you join. Like, let me try this again. We're going to say, excuse me, listeners. Trying to get Bandit Haze in this mug. But look, Bandit, I don't know, man. Maybe you gotta press. Sheesh. I need like a helper on hand right quick, man. Wait a second. Oh no. What in the world is going on? Can y'all people still hear me? I'm going to refresh the stream. I'm gonna refresh the stream. We're gonna see what's popping on this end. You know what? We're gonna continue, Bandit. I don't know how to get you in. Usually when I send you an invite, or send someone an invite, they can just join the conversation and join the stream. But if you can help me, I'm looking at the comment section. You tell me how you can join in, Bandit. You're going to have to search for me. But the show must go on, all right? But back to Fortnite. Fortnite got a 50v50 mode. And it's live right now. It's in closed beta. And also, it's a limited time type deal. I played Fortnite last night and just had a good time. Fortnite is an amazing game. Why do you need PUBG, which is the competitor to Fortnite's Battle Royale type game mode? I don't know. PUBG is coming later next week for the game preview program for Xbox. So we're going to see if PUBG can go against Fortnite on Xbox, because Fortnite's been on Xbox for a month and a half now, or 2 months now. So anyway, Fortnite got an announcement for a new game mode. The next thing at the Gaming Awards was the best ongoing game, and that was Overwatch. Overwatch also won the best esports game. Overwatch winning an award. What a surprise. Not a surprise, really not a surprise. Moving in, fade into silence. Whoa, Bandit, are you in this mug?
Hello?
Whoa, Bandit with that deep voice over here, Barry Whiting it.
Moving in. All right. Okay. Cool.
Hey, Bandit, you got the
Let me
echo
turn this thing
power,
off. Actually,
and
I'm sorry.
also your thumbnail. It doesn't matter because this is going to be on iTunes, on Stitcher, on SoundCloud. But for future Bandit, you need to change your thumbnail to put your normal channel.
And I have to set this up real quick because well. certain things I'd rather not be broadcasted on the internet. So
yes,
I had to set this up real quick.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm here. This is the Bandit Haze.
Yeah, Bandit Haze.
Finally figured out this damn thing.
I'm gonna have. You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to put your link in the description now that you joined. I was not counting on you to jump in like this, but you know what?
Yeah, just I mean, why not stop for a little bit? You know what I mean, for a little bit. I saw you was on live and I was just watching, and then you were like, "Hey, come join." I was like, "Hey, why not?" So
yeah, boy,
that's how it goes. You know what I mean?
That's how it goes. Bandit, I checked out your last video. My goodness, man, you a comedian now? You stand up comedy?
I dabble and dabble. So yeah, for those out there, since we're live on the internet, so I do comedy. I do comedy on my channel, on the Bandit Haze channel. Been doing comedy on that channel for a little while now, actually. But I'll say that it's been more comedy focused over the last about year and a half or so. Yes, and maybe in the last say few months where I've been sort of really just pushing it as more of a comedy channel. That said, I'm still into games. I still talk about games and movies. I've got another channel where I do that a bit more now. That's Haze Days for those who want to check that out. But yeah, I dibble and dabble in comedy. I started doing stand up a little while back, and post a few videos here and there, and see how it goes, man. See how it goes. Yeah, you only got one life, so you try to do as much as you can. You know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna put the link to his channel. So if you guys are interested in this mother, go ahead and support him and subscribe to him and hashtag like all his content. And I think I just did it. It's gonna take me a while. So Bandit, did you see PlayStation Experience last night as well as the Game Awards?
I did watch the Game Awards. I haven't watched PlayStation Experience yet, though. Is that tonight? Or I've completely missed the time because it was like PST, and I was thinking it was tonight or something. But I might have got the time wrong. But no, I haven't seen Experience, so I don't know much about that. But yeah, I could talk about the Game Awards a little bit from what I remember watching it. Or some of the things happening there.
Yes, man. A lot of game announcements and a lot of weird outbursts of like a lot of shade being thrown, at that loot box, that loot box love.
Yeah.
Look, it's well deserved. The shade thrown at that part of the industry is well deserved because as gamers, look, remember the good old times where you bought a game and you played it and you didn't have to worry about buying anything else. And the excuse or I guess you could say what people say, like the defense is games cost more money to make than ever, and we need microtransactions to keep the lights on, and that's their reason. But we're gonna actually get into that, Bandit. We're gonna get into that. But what you think about Zelda Breath of the Wild winning Game of the Year? I said that in the beginning of the stream, but what you think about Zelda beating out all the games that came out this year? Is that your pick? Tell me.
I'm not sure if it would have been my pick, to be honest. I mean, here's the thing. I haven't completed Zelda Breath of the Wild yet, so I don't want to talk too specifically about it. But from what I've played of it so far, it's a pretty good game. I would say for me personally that I feel like it's a type of game I don't feel I'm in any kind of rush to beat. So I feel like I can take my time with it. I can play a little bit now, a little bit in a few weeks, a little bit whenever. So I don't feel like it's the type of game that it draws me to want to keep playing. It's not a rubbish game, certainly, but I just don't feel like I need to keep playing it all the time. Whereas something like Mario Odyssey, for example, was just fantastic from beginning to end. It was exciting. It was great. It was fun to play.
Hold up. You beat Mario Odyssey?
Yeah, I beat Mario Odyssey. It's not a terribly difficult game to get
Mm.
from beginning to end. If you're trying to get all the moons and that whole thing, then yeah, the difficulty ramps up quite a bit with some of those
Oof.
moons that if you try to get all of them. But if you just want to play the game from beginning to end, like get enough moons to get through each level, that's pretty easy. You can do it, which I'd say is a little bit disappointing. I'd rather even the core game beats a little bit more challenging. But aside from that, it's a fun game to play. It's a great game. It was just brilliant from beginning to end. So you can't really fault it too much.
Real talk.
So, but that said, I'm not sure I would have picked Mario Odyssey as my game of the year either. So, you know what I mean? It's a bit of a difficult one. And to be honest, I think out of all the games that got released this year, I probably haven't played that many, to be honest. But because a lot of games I played this year actually got released last year.
Right. That backlog life.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like, especially trying to get those Steam sales. When you got games that you bought like 5 years ago, you still haven't even touched them yet.
Yes, indeed. I mean? Hold up, man. Hold up. You got that the PC, you got the PlayStation, you got the Xbox, and you got the Nintendo Switch. Is that you right there?
I don't have an Xbox, but yes, aside from that, I've got PC, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch.
Well, you do have an Xbox. You got a PC. You could play all the Xbox games.
Well, true. Fair enough. I've got a PlayStation.
Sorry, Xbox guys.
I've got a PlayStation Vita as well, but that's really just an overpriced paperweight at this point. So.
Hey man, don't bash my Vita. Let me tell you about the Vita. I'm still messing with that Persona 4 Golden on that Vita, and after messing with that as well as Gravity Rush. And look, I'm a late adopter of the Vita. You know, I bought it when everything was said and done, right? So I have a good library to reach to. But look, Vita family, hashtag Vita family, if you're watching this.
You know what? Vita was a good console.
Oh, damn.
It was a good console.
Back
in its maybe the first year or so of its release. But, you know, now we lay it down to rest.
Man, dude.
We put on a black outfit, so we talk about it with a PlayStation Vita.
Yeah, pour it out.
Those big hats.
But now it's all about the Nintendo Switch as far as when it comes to the portable front. And you have the Nintendo Switch. Zelda is the only game you have with Mario and Zelda?
Right now, it's just Zelda and Mario, the only games I've got in it so far. And I've beaten Mario. I'm still playing through Zelda.
Right. Well, I just want to remind people, in the description, I just finished putting Bandit Haze's link. So if you want to check out his stuff, his cool stuff in his channel, support my dude. Hashtag like all his content and help his channel grow. And it's there. And when Fresh and 8-Bit come stumbling in, if they ever do, right? Bandit, we normally don't do it at this time. We normally do it on Thursday at 5 p.m. The reason why we did it now is because, like, I had to make time for this. You know, we were supposed to do it yesterday. It's sad. You know how it is, Bandit. When you lose track of time and you're doing other things, it's crazy, man. But I'm glad you were able to join in. So I'm not alone in this. Hallelujah.
Well,
awesome.
You know, you see what we can do, man. So I could stay for a little bit. And I've got a live stream that I need to get on in a little bit. But you know, we're okay for now. So
for sure. We're running through the list. And if you got to bounce, you got to bounce. And once again, I thank you. Welcome to the stream. I'm just typing that in. All right, going back to the list. Bandit's with me now, so we're gonna have that extra voice. And talk about that extra voice, man. You got the mic set up, making you sound buttery smooth over there. I got to get my setup on point, bro.
Hey, man. So it's all that hustle, man. It's all that hustle.
Whoa. You right,
bit by bit, but you got to hustle, man.
You right. You ain't lying, man. All right, hold up. The next part of the list, we talked about Fade and Silence, an early access game coming to next-gen consoles next year, but the 14th of this month comes out for PC, Steam, and all that. Fade and Silence. You saw that trailer, Bandit?
Fade in Silence.
It's like the survival in the snow.
Fade. Wait a minute. Was that the Game Awards?
Yes,
Fade in Silence.
Yes.
I want to see it because I did watch the whole thing. So let me just try and refresh my memory real quick.
Okay.
Fade in Silence.
Yeah, I'll just tell the people. Look, Jeff Keighley had a lot of world premiere trailers and games, and that was one of them. It looks interesting, but the game does look it doesn't look triple A, but it looks like an interesting game. What I mean by it don't look like triple A, you know, when you look at Horizon, you say, "Oh, that's triple A." When you look at Gears 4, you say, "Ah, that's triple A." When you look at, you know, Uncharted or God of War or Spider-Man, you're like, "Oh, that's triple A." This game, it it's not graphically intense, but it does look interesting. But go check that out, Bandit, if you get a minute.
Okay, I'm just looking at it now, and um, yeah, no, I think I remember looking at this game. Yeah, it looks all right. I mean, I don't feel this game impressed anything too specifically on me. It just seemed like, well, just another game. I could be wrong.
Mm.
I could be wrong. It could end up being a brilliant game, of course. The trailers
Yep,
aren't always the best things to go by when it comes to judging these sorts of things.
you're right.
Um, but yeah, I'm just looking back at it now. Yeah, it looks pretty decent. I see what you mean by maybe not quite AAA. But then again, that's not necessarily a bad thing considering
No.
what's happening with AAA games right now. So,
Oof.
you know what I mean? So maybe that's not a thing to criticize it on.
Right, right. Well, that was Fade in Silence. Early access next week, I believe, for the PC, and next year for next gen consoles. That's Xbox One, PS4, and maybe even Nintendo Switch. I didn't see them drop that, you know.
No, I'll be on Nintendo Switch like 5 years from now, I'm sure.
Whoa. Yeah, I know, right? Dude, I'm done. Let me tell you this. You got to buy a memory card for that Nintendo Switch. That's the one downside about that console. You need
I
to
don't know about the one downside. I mean, there's
oh, you got
there's
more than one?
well, here's the thing. It's a good console, and you know,
Uh-huh.
but going in that it's not going to be the most graphically impressive console compared to
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation 4 and all that kind of
Mm.
stuff. You know that, and that's fine. I can deal with that. I can live with that.
Yeah.
But just as a console build itself, like when you're playing when you're on a, let's say you take the screen out, you put the stand up, it's got that stand on the back so that you
Yes.
could, you know, use the Joy-Cons or control pad or whatever. That stand is terrible.
Whoa.
It's so bad.
Oh
Like,
no.
don't get me wrong, it works barely, you know, but just the slightest tap and it just falls over. And you're like,
Whoa.
dude, come on.
Why you
You
did
could, you could
this?
do better than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could come on, Nintendo.
Well,
You could
well,
do better than that.
let me tell you this. When the Nintendo Switch Pro comes out, you better be the first one in line, Bandit. But we're gonna move on.
Switch Pro.
Yeah,
Be
dude.
as powerful as a Game Boy, probably.
Whoa. I hope not. That's like a downgrade. But moving to the next, and this is actually we're talking about Nintendo Switch. Speaking of Nintendo Switch, Bayonetta 1 and 2 coming for Nintendo Switch February 18th. Are you gonna cop that bundle for that Nintendo Switch though?
No, I mean the thing is, I know Bayonetta is quite a popular game. I know a lot of people like it. I just
Mm,
never been
mm,
into it. I've never played it to be honest, but what I've seen of it has just never interested me. So I'll say that I may consider it if the price is right. You
mm-hmm.
know, like if it's not particularly expensive, like maybe I don't know, 2 games, I don't know, 15, 20 quid, something like that. I might consider it at that sort of price point. But if they want like, you know, full price for it, then nah, probably not anytime soon because they don't look games that I would personally would find that interesting.
Yeah.
But of course, when the game's popular, you always want to know what's so popular about it. You know, why do people? You always want to know that, right? That curiosity.
Yes,
But
sir.
that curiosity isn't worth 40 quid for me. So we'll see about the price. If it's a decent price, I'll consider it. If not, then I can do without it.
Okay. But, well, oh, sorry about that loudness. I needed to check something. But okay, Bandit, I never played Bayonetta. So in here another confession. I never played Skyrim. So I thought about letting the Switch be my first place or first time playing now Bayonetta 1 and 2 and Skyrim. Do you think I should actually just play it on a console? What do you think, dude? As a first time.
What do you mean, just playing Bayonetta?
Well, also Skyrim too, dude.
Oh, Skyrim. Sorry. I mean, Skyrim's quite a big game from my understanding. Again, it's not something that I've played either, but it's a pretty big. Actually, yes, lie. I have played a tiny little bit of it. I just never really got that far.
Okay.
But it's a massive game, and there's so. I was talking to one of my villagers
Yeah, I'm done.
about that, and he's quite into Skyrim, and from what he was describing, the sort of things he can do, like, you know, the whole economy of it, the politics, you know, setting up deals, trading, all this sort of stuff that you do over like a month period, like 11 months he's talking about. So it's a massive game. It's a massive commitment to be in that game. And I'm kind of like, okay, if you're gonna if a game that big, you'd probably want something that you don't have to worry about space on.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think Nintendo Switch, you might have to worry a little bit. Well, I mean, if you've got a decent memory card, maybe not so
Okay.
much. But yeah, I think I don't know. But then the whole idea of playing it portable is a pretty cool thing as well, because the
Yeah.
game's that big, you want to try and play it as much as you can, so you don't feel
Yes.
like, oh, when I'm at home, I can play it when I'm at home. But then you might have, you know, whether it's homework if you're in school or other stuff you might have to do if you've got kids to take care of, whatever, and then your time to play it is so limited. So if you
Yes,
can have
sir.
something that you can take around with you, that's a big selling point, really, where
That
you don't have
sure
to
is.
worry about only playing at certain times. Maybe you can be in a bus while playing it, you can be in your lunch break while playing it, you know, that sort of thing. So yeah, maybe it's worth considering for someone who really wants to play it. Just yeah, you probably, my guess would be you might need a pretty big memory card.
Yeah,
Or depends how they do the save files. Maybe they've improved the saving technology or something.
right. The second place was PSVR. Think about it. Elder Scrolls Online. I mean, Elder Scrolls Online. Elder Skyrim. Skyrim. First time playing Skyrim, but in VR. That will be an experience. But look, going back to Nintendo Switch, Bayonetta 1 and 2 bundle February 18th. Write in the comment section. Do you think are you going to be playing Bayonetta next year on the Switch? Speaking of Bayonetta, the third one gets announced. It's getting developed exclusively on that Nintendo Switch. So that's a platinum game, designing, creating from the ground up for Nintendo Switch Bayonetta 3. That game doesn't have a release date, but that's a big game coming only to the Nintendo Switch, right? Because Bayonetta, you know, the first one was, I believe, on PS3 and Xbox, and 2 still lives only on the Wii U, I believe. I don't think 2 went anywhere else. It might be on PC, I don't know. But 3 only on Switch. What you say about that, B?
Oh, you know what? When he made that announcement, I was kind of like, so.
Oh,
you know, here's the
hater.
thing, though. I mean, I get that was supposed to, the way they did it, you know, they talked about, you know, Bayonetta 1 and 2 coming to Switch. Okay, cool. And then, you know, they had that whole thing about, oh, you're pretending to, you know, move on to the next section. And Reggie's all like, oh, did you think I came all this way just to announce these games? Ha, 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 ha. And so I get that it was supposed to be like this big deal. But then it's like, oh, there's another Bayonetta game, right? Gee.
Oh.
You know, I was kind of like, so?
Oh, I was actually surprised because Bayonetta 3, you would think that would go everywhere, you know?
I don't know. Maybe I just that whole nuance just missed me. I was like, so.
Oh man,
you just talked about Bayonetta 1 and 2. And it's like, oh, I'm Bayonetta 3. What else you got? You know what I mean?
Nintendo fans, direct all your hate to Bandit Haze Twitter handle. And by the way, what is your Twitter handle, Bandit?
At Bandit Haze, fight me.
Yo, he said, "Get at me, y'all." All right, yo, look, we're gonna move on from Bayonetta 3, but I thought it was pretty big announcement in my opinion. Obviously, Bandit does not feel the same way, but this is definitely a big announcement, or not even announcement, a big trailer. This was the biggest trailer reveal for this game. Hideo Kojima's PS4 exclusives, Death Stranding. Let me tell you about Death Stranding, viewers. Death Stranding is a game that is from the mastermind known as Hideo Kojima. And the reason why I call him a mastermind is because, look, man, you got to be some type of smart or crazy. He might be a mad genius, you know, to come up with this type of stuff. He showed a little bit of his craziness and most of his Metal Gear titles. That's what he's known for, Metal Gear franchise on PS1 or maybe PS2. But anyway, his Metal Gear franchise, Metal Gear Solid franchise, and Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, his latest Metal Gear, over there locked behind Konami. Weird stuff happened in the beginning of that game. But looking at Death Stranding, this new trailer, Bandit, you seen it. What do you think about it?
That's a weird trailer, isn't it? It's a weird trailer. What they've released so far of that game, like trailers that they've shown, they've just been so weird. To be fair, this one maybe wasn't as weird, but it was still pretty weird. But it's hard to know what to think of it, because on one hand, it's okay. It's Hideo Kojima. He did Metal Gear Solid series. He did Zone of the Enders as well.
Zone of the Enders.
You remember that game? So yeah, he's been in the industry for a long time, well respected. He's made some great games over the years, so you understand that this is a person who knows what he's doing when it comes to making games, and you understand that, okay, granted, they haven't show much of the game itself.
Mm.
But because of his reputation, it's what's exciting about it. And a part of the mystery is because they've been so mysterious about what they're doing and all this weird stuff with Norman Reedus clutching a baby, and now he's got a baby inside his mouth, and he got the baby's like tapping on his lungs or whatever it was doing, and then dude. Got all that black substance crawling up in them, and all those crabs all over the beach, and then you got Mads Mikkelsen just saying shush, and then you got Del Toro just running away from something. So it's like you don't see much of the game, you just see like stuff happening, but it's Hideo Kojima, right? So it's like, okay, cool, I'm excited, I'm interested. What is he going to do? What's it going to be about? You want to know. And I think that's where a lot of the anticipation comes from. Hideo Kojima is behind this game, not really. If you imagine just some random game developers making this and what they showed of the game so far, I doubt many people would care, but it's because it's Hideo Kojima, because he's built up that reputation, because it's all that mysterium, because especially the way Metal Gear, how he ended with Konami, Metal Gear Solid 5, that's what's building this anticipation behind it. Here's the thing, I'll say that I'm about 80-90% confident that it's going to be an absolutely mind-blowing game once it's released with Death Stranding. But it's just, what is it?
What is it? Bandit.
What is the actual game about? Is it an action game? Is it a first-person shooter? Is it a stealth game? Is it an adventure game? Is it an RTS game? Is it something that we haven't seen before? We don't really know.
Let me say this. There was an article, Bandit, that released last year, the first time the game was shown. Actually, the first time the game was shown wasn't 2000. Was it 2015? I believe the first time the game was shown was 2015, if not 2016. But anyway,
it would have been after Metal Gear 5. So yeah, it would have been a good few months after Metal Gear Solid 5 was released.
Okay,
so that was 2015. So
okay, so 2016 maybe that was when the first time. But anyway, okay. There was an article. Hideo Kojima was getting interviewed, and he was talking about the game is going to feature vehicle driving. You know what I mean? You can be able to drive vehicles. And so he was basically saying it's going to be third person. And I wish I had the link to that thing. I'm gonna look for it, and if I can find it, I'll post it down below. Great read. I was like, what is this game too, Bandit? I was scratching my head like, what is this going to be? Is this going to be good or not? But when I read that article on Hideo just basically telling people what to expect, and that article went into like, it just it faded into darkness, right? Like we don't see no one else talking about the details he shared in that article. And like I said, when I find it, I'll post it, because when I found it, I read the whole thing, and it was just amazing what he was going to try to do with this game. So it's going to be a third-person game. It's inspired by games like Grand Theft Auto, Uncharted 4. That's what he was saying. It was inspired by those types of games. Obviously, Metal Gear Solid 5, he's from that game, so he's going to obviously put some Phantom Pain lessons in this. Recently, it was revealed that the part where it was the ocean going down to Norman Reedus laying down, when we saw the baby in his esophagus, that was all gameplay. I don't know what that means, Bandit. I don't know what that means, that being gameplay. I don't know what that means, but it was also confirmed that was running on PS4 Pro. So
yeah.
I'll say this, and I'll say this real quick. Mark Sony, lead architecture of the PS4, and he said that once you play the game, you will understand everything. You will understand everything. So that gives me hope. But Bandit, you were about to say something?
Well, I hope you understand everything once you play the game. If you played it and you still didn't understand what was going on, be like, wait, what did I just do? What? I have no idea. What's going on?
Yeah, man.
But yeah, no, I think I remember them saying that. I remember reading some of that. What they showed was running on PS4 Pro. I can't remember which one I was looking at when they said it, but yeah, I do remember seeing that somewhere that it was running on PS4 Pro. So yeah, it looks pretty impressive graphically, and if that's gameplay, then boy, some eyes are gonna bleed, man. Boy,
yeah, dude, get that 4K TV ready. You got that 4K upgrade yet, man?
Hey, listen, I might need some of that YouTube ad revenue or something. Like, some of that PewDiePie money come through.
Yeah,
I might like some of that.
Hey man, look, if you got a Patreon, look, go to his Patreon, help that man out.
Yeah, drop a few thousand on my Patreon. That
hey, for sure, man. Look, we help each other over here. But look, I tell you, Bandit, with the Xbox One X out and released, this is the strongest console ever, right? touting 4K strong and everything, all that good stuff. When you're looking at games like Spider-Man, Death Stranding, and Days Gone, and God of War 4, you're like, this is on normal PS4. Now, mind you, that latest trailer of Death Stranding was confirmed running on PS4 Pro. But still, at the end of the day, the first trailer that ever got shown of Death Stranding was on normal PS4, and it looked good then. Like, what you think, Bandit? Do we need upgrades? Like, these developers are pushing out, like PS3. Look at Last of Us, the first one, right? That game made everybody head turn and how good it looked. Obviously, when you look back at it now, you're like, oh, that's old. But at the time, it was amazing looking. And God of War 3 made people head turns, and that was on PS3. And like, these consoles still got life in it. PS4 original still has life in it. But well, like, do you think it's time to upgrade, or are we moving too fast, man? What's going on?
In terms of that 4K and that whole thing.
Yeah, man. Are we moving too fast?
Here's the thing. Like, I remember when the PS4 was being released or getting ready to be released, I remember thinking at the time that I felt the PS3 still had at least about another year left in it, a good solid year at least. And I still feel that way. Like, even though I bought the PS4 about a month after its launch, I still felt that way, that, you know, the PS3 probably still had a good year left in it. And the fact that you got things like PS4 Pro coming out, it kind of emphasizes that, yeah, they probably could have left it a while and then put out, you know, a PS4 Pro as the PS4 rather than, you know, the PS4 and then a PS4 Pro mid, you know, that whole mid, it's just nonsense. In terms of like needing a 4K TV though, I remember we had a similar conversation maybe last year or the year before.
We did.
About, you know, sort of high resolution versus frame rate. And here's the thing. I mean, you look at stuff in 4K and no doubt about it, it looks fantastic. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't. It looks absolutely fantastic. Games running in 4K, movies running in 4K. It looks amazing, no doubt. However, to me personally, the difference between 4K and high definition, like, you know, 1080p, yes, it's clear. Yes, it's a massive difference. It's a big difference. It's just not a big enough difference to feel like I need to get a 4K. Like, if you go, for example, if you look at the difference between when we move from, oh, this might be going a bit before your time actually, but for those who remember,
I'm a baby.
Like, well, we'll see. For those, if you remember VHS tapes, yeah, you know,
yeah, I remember that.
VHS
Man.
movies,
I
remember watching movies on how they looked then.
They at the time, you know, they look great, but obviously when that comparison started coming in with DVD and Blu-ray, that's when you notice.
Exactly. So if you remember going from VHS to DVDs, right, that was a massive difference.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That was a huge difference.
Yes,
then
sir.
the difference from DVDs to Blu-ray, it was noticeable.
Right.
You know, but it was not. It's not mind-blowing, the difference.
No.
You know what I mean? So, and like saying the difference from, say, high def Blu-rays to 4K Blu-rays.
Yeah.
It's noticeable. It's a big difference, but it's not. And that's how I feel about it. You know, same with like with games. It's like, yes, there is a difference. Yes, it is better, but it's not that difference that you went from like the difference of VHS to DVD. It's not like we went from. Here's the thing: the difference to me personally, it's not just about the looks. It's just the fact that when DVDs came about, you realize there was a need for it.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? That was the mind-blown aspects of it, that you realize actually there is a need for this, or, you know, perceived need. Of course, we're talking about luxury items, but you know what I mean? In terms of that, there is a need for this difference. It's not as digital, it's clearer, it's all this stuff. It's miles away from what we have with VHS. And going from that to this, it's like, yes, it's clear, yes, it's better, but it's not mind-blown. So I still feel today that having a 4K television isn't a priority. It's not something that I feel like I need to do. You know what I mean? And maybe in a few years' time, or maybe at some point. I think if you're buying a TV right now, if you just happen to be in the market for a TV, may as well, if you could get one at a decent price. But it's not a place where I feel you, even with Blu-rays, I feel like there's not a point where you need to rush out and buy a Blu-ray player, or, you know, whatever. Like when DVDs came out, you had to go out and buy a DVD player. Not just, I'll say, like, no, you had to go out and buy a DVD player. The difference was that much, and I just don't see that with what we've got now.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
Like, the whole point, and I'm sorry, viewers, if we jumped off the Gaming Awards review and reaction to talk about this, but that happens at Gaming Talk. We flew off the rails. But I'll tell you this, you know, I just had to ask a question, because Death Stranding looking like that, you know what I mean? When people say, or Phil Spencer, he head of Xbox over there at Microsoft. He said that developers will always find a reason or excuse. Hey, we need more power. We need more power. We need more power. But the truth of the matter is, if they just stay content and work with what they have, they can come out with games that look as good as God of War, look as good as Spider-Man, and look as good as Death Stranding. Like Quantum Break, say what you want about that game. Quantum Break, Xbox exclusive, now is on PC. It looked great. It looked great, and though it was at a lower resolution, the game still looked graphically impressive on the Xbox, as well as Gears 4, as well as Halo 5. The games looked great to the players. And this was on normal Xbox One, not X, not S. It was on normal Xbox One. So like developers, they all you know, like I said, they always find, or like Phil said, they always find a reason or excuse. We need more power, but if they just stay content, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
I agree with that. 100% agree with that. Like it's like we were just talking a moment ago at PS3, like towards the end of the PS3 cycle, and some of the games coming out at the end of that cycle, like The Last of Us, you know, they were looking great at the time. And you compare that to the early PS3 games, and you just see the difference. Even now, like some PS4 games, pretty much any console generation, really, you look at the games that come out towards the sort of few years into it, compared to the games that came out at the beginning, and you'll see there's a difference in because people understand the technology and you could do more with it. You know, so. Yeah, I feel like, yes, it's great. It's cool to have it. But if you don't have it, you can do amazing things with what you have with the PS4 normal, as you just said. Some of the games looking amazing.
Yeah, man. And that's what Death Stranding made me think. I'm like, this game looking like this. And this console came out 3 years ago, right? Like, at the end of the day, I feel like we're not done with the consoles we have now. And Xbox jumping to the X, I believe they solely did that is because, look, they like, we can't fight Sony on exclusives, but we're going to fight them on power. But that's a whole nother video for a whole nother topic. But anyway.
More power. Play the same games.
Like, play the same game. More power. Give us more money. Anyway, Witchfire. Moving down the list. Witchfire. Did you see this game at the Game Awards? It was revealed. It was a world exclusive premiere. Witchfire FPS game. Looked like Dark Souls, but first person. A first person Dark Souls game. Did you see Witchfire?
Looking at it now, Witchfire at the Game Awards. Okay.
Yeah. So WITCHFIRE. So Witchfire FPS game. I believe it's going to be multi-platform. It's going to be on everything. But game looks phenomenal. Bandit. I'm talking about Bloodborne. If it was a first-person shooter, and I know that's a simple description, but our generic one. The game just looks. It looks good, man. It looks good. And that was one of the few world premieres that actually had gameplay in the Game Awards. And it looked good. Bandit, you got to check that out if you get a minute.
All right. It comes grabbing it on screen now.
Okay.
All right. Witchfire. So what's it called? Like a Dark Souls FPS? Yeah,
it looked like that's what it looked like. And some people might say Bloodborne FPS, but look, it's coming out. Oh wait, I don't know. I guess it's in development for all the platforms. Not the Nintendo Switch. No, maybe it might come. Maybe you never know. It might come to Switch. Switch is getting popular.
Yeah, 2027 Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I'm done. What about Doom? What you gotta say about Doom? Doom finally came to Switch. It just took them a year or a half. How long did Doom?
Doom, I guess it's got a few years to be fair, but yeah, they had to cut it down heavily though.
Yeah, they did. Frame rate, everything.
They cut it down and charge you more for it. Like, you taking a piss, mate.
Man, that's hardcore.
Or you get less. Like, what the hell?
My goodness.
What kind of deal is that? Pay more, get less.
Like, see, Bandit over here. He's trying to be slipping. Bandit over here, cutting loose over here. Come on, Bandit. You know how it. Come on, man. All right. Anyway, the next bit are bullet point in the Game Awards. No Way Out.
Okay.
March,
yeah.
You heard about No Way Out. This is where we're going to get into the whole throwing shade at EA and loot boxes.
Yeah, he made his mark on the on the Game Awards, didn't he?
Yes, indeed.
He made his. But he's not. I was thinking to myself, like, because he's like, yo, EA has been good to us, but you know, all that stuff in the Michael Jacksons. I was like, dude, this might be your last game with EA.
Yo, man,
this might be your first and last game.
First and last game. That man was cutting loose. You know, a lot of people thought he was drunk. A lot of people thought he was maybe a little tipsy.
Boy, I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree with what he said. I 100% agree with what he said. But I don't know, man, just embarrassed EA just on stage. It's like EA
Yeah.
give him a platform. It's like, you embarrass us like this.
Yeah. He
But
was throwing the middle finger to the Oscars, like what the Oscars did to
yeah,
him.
I mean,
Like what?
there comes that movie deal.
Yeah, I'm done. Like you know, the No Way Out movie, that might be an indie film.
Mhm.
Anyway, if it ever comes out as a film, but No Way
You
Out.
know, but
Yeah, go ahead.
respect to him though. Just big respect to him because a lot of people would have just like kept quiet and said, "Oh yeah, because they're funding this and they helped us with this. We're just not gonna say anything." But he was like, "You know what? Yes, they've been good to us, but you know what? I see what's going on here, and I've got to say
Yeah,
something about it." So
he did.
big respect to him. You know what I mean?
He threw
Big
shade.
respects.
If people didn't know, if people didn't see what he did, if you could just keep it clean, tell the people what he did.
All right, keep it clean. Well, let's see. He's paraphrased a little bit. He said, "Beep the Oscars." That was what we talked
Yes,
about.
yes.
He talks about. He said, "Yes, EA have been good to us, but we're not doing that microtransaction beep beep in this game."
Oh my word!
And none of that beep beep that's going.
This beep beep, Jerry Springer beep beeps all over the place.
He sounded like R2D2. You know what I mean?
Yo, that man was Star Wars. Yo, the Battlefront. Oh my
actually,
gosh.
that might not be a good reference. Actually, come to think of it.
Yeah.
But, actually, maybe it's a good reference. Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront. It was just like beep beep beep.
Yes.
I mean, you heard the words. I'm beeping it because Raw wants me to keep it clean.
Yes.
But yeah, maybe I should say I sound like R2D2. To be fair, he didn't. He used the actual words.
He actually did, and he's basically bull crap. That's what we'll say. The clean version of what he said. He said the bull crap. That's the loot box system that's in Battlefront and what EA's doing. Look. Him calling out EA on that. I just hope the rest of the industry. Also, prior to this moment, a guy was opening a card. There was a first award. And he used his credit card to open, and he was, throwing shade at, oh, we need microtransactions for everything. Like he was throwing shade that way. Remember him in the beginning? He used his credit card to open the envelope to reveal the winner.
Oh, Zachary Levi.
Yeah.
Zachary Levi. Yeah, he was like, yeah, microtransactions. Yeah.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Yeah. Look, I hope the industry take notes and say that, hey, if we're going to put microtransactions in our games, be ready to eat the crow or get ready to be hit from all cylinders from the fans and gamers alike. So
let me ask you something real quick. Now we're talking about microtransactions. What's your take on the whole microtransactions and gambling thing? Like, do you feel it's gambling or do you feel like it's not quite?
Okay, well, the definition a lot of people say gambling is when you put in something and you have a chance to get something or nothing at all. And that makes more sense. But when you go to a lot of online gambling websites that require your age and stuff like that, they'll give you something, but it's digital, right? They'll give you something, but they wouldn't give you like the winnings, the physical money that you want. You won't get that, but you'll get something else, like some coins to put in to go again or whatever. Like they'll give you something, quote unquote, but it's not the something you want. So and that is considered a gambling site. So the definition for gambling has been stretched, from, like I said, if you put in something, you can end up with nothing. With the loot crate system and stuff in gaming, you'll get something, but it might not be the thing you want. So at the end of the day, I just say Overwatch, it was their fault over there at Blizzard is all their fault. I'm just playing, but a lot of games been doing microtransactions since the beginning. But
yeah, it's an old thing. Yeah,
I just wish people, if you want this, we talked about Overwatch. If you want a Reaper skin, a white Reaper skin, you should be able to buy said white Reaper skin instead of doing like a lottery system, slot machine system. I want the Reaper skin. Here's $1. Oh, I got a Diva skin. Okay, here's another $1. Oh, what? I got a hog. What is that big pig character on Overwatch? Warhog?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is. I haven't played Overwatch in a long time. But anyway, you know what I mean, Bandit? Like, I just wish if you want it, you can buy it versus this slot machine system. It's garbage. It really is.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, my thing is like in terms of like the strict definition of gambling, like the
Hmm.
idea that you can pull up something and you may get nothing, or
Mm.
you may even end up with less than you had to begin with. If you go by that sort of
Mm.
strict
If you
definition of
go by that
gambling,
strict definition, yeah.
then yeah, I wouldn't call loot boxes gambling.
Yeah, by that,
Because
but yeah.
you always get something. You're never going to lose specifically, and the value is always just dependent on individuals when we look at it like what you want versus what's desirable.
Hmm.
That being said, it's to me, although it's not, I don't think it is gambling. I do think it is close enough to gambling
Mm.
that yeah, it's probably not a good idea to have it in games aimed at children.
Yeah.
Where you might have their PayPal account attached to a PSN thing, and it's just like money, money, money coming off,
Money
or your
coming
dad's
out of it.
credit card or whatever,
Woo!
and you don't realize that. As you say that you want a particular skin and you pay $1 and it's like, oh, you don't get it, oh, and here's another $1. You might end up spending two, three, $400 before you finally get that one skin that you want. That's probably only worth like a few pennies,
Whoa.
if even that much. You
And
know what I mean? So
I'll say this real quick. The disgusting part of all this is fake stuff. You're putting real
right.
money to get
You get
fake stuff back.
yeah, pretty much exactly. Is it you not I mean, define products, I guess, digital, so I guess that's another gray area as well.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it
you're
is.
not necessarily getting anything for it. You're getting something that like I mean, in a game like Overwatch, you don't have the whole pay to win system. So at the very least, you're not getting that. But the point is, you're still getting stuff, or potentially get a whole bunch of stuff that you don't want. So you're gonna have all these things.
Mm.
And like I know a lot of people compared it to like the old sort, the cards trading system that we used to do back. Well, I guess you still do it now. But when you buy cards, like sticker cards or sticker collections,
Right.
you buy a pack, you don't know what's in the pack, and you might have a whole bunch of cards that you don't really want, or a whole bunch of stuff that you already have. And here's the difference. Here's the biggest key difference between the say buying trading cards and loot boxes to me, at least that I've seen. And maybe it doesn't count for all games, but certainly games that I've come across is that once you get something from a loot box, whether you got it before, you don't want it, whatever it is, you're stuck with it. You're stuck
Mm.
with it. You can't trade it. Like with the old cards, if you get like repeat cards, you could be like, hey, go to your friend or what you've got. And he's like, oh, I've got this, or well, I've got this, let's trade. Or you can go to like a meet and greet or something where you could just trade cards with people. You know what I mean? So it creates more of a community with the old
Yeah.
trading cards. Where with this, you're stuck with it. You can't trade it. You
You
can't
can't
sell
trade
it.
it.
You
You
can't
can't sell
do
it.
anything. You're stuck with it.
You
And it's
stuck
like,
with it.
it's just that to me is like that's terrible. So
Yeah.
yeah, you should be like, okay, if I want a particular skin, I should be able to buy that particular skin. And
Mm.
the prices are ridiculous as well, like £2, £3, £4 for these
Exactly.
things. Come on, man. They're
Yes,
not
yeah.
worth that much. They're
No.
not worth
It's
that
a
much.
fake
Come
skin.
on,
It's a
man.
fake color. You changing a blue to a white or a white to a black. You're just changing the color.
Yeah.
I need to give you $5 to change the color.
What do
Like,
you mean? It's ridiculous.
it's ridiculous. It is, Bandit. And I'll tell you this. This literally, we're opening a can of worms here. That can lead us for another 3 hours, but we're not gonna do that, okay? We're
Fair
not
enough,
gonna
fair
do
enough, fair
that.
enough. Yeah,
But
maybe another podcast.
yeah, for real. Write in the comment section if you're viewing us. Do you think this loot box systems and microtransactions and stuff is it gambling? But look, write also in the comment section. Do you agree with old crazy man behind the No Way Out? But I forget that name, the name of the developer. But look, he was going off and he was going wild, but he was saying some mad truth, and a lot of people are, hip hip hooray for him being so blunt. But yeah, that was No Way Out, releasing March 23rd. Bandit says this is his first and last game. Well, we'll see about that. We'll see. Maybe he goes into the whole, what's that place where GoFundMe? Not the GoFundMe. What's that
Oh, right. Was it
Kickstarter?
Kickstarter? Yeah.
Maybe he do that
Hey,
for his next title.
hey, listen, it's not. It wouldn't be the first time EA have closed down a studio, and they've closed down bigger studios than this guy. So I'm
Yeah.
just saying,
Woo.
this he might not be working with EA much longer.
Yes, indeed. Look, EA, look, if they fire that man or push him off, then they're going to look like the bad guys because,
They already do, but yeah, definitely.
they already do. Freaking Darth Vader helmets on every single one of those CEOs.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was No Way Out. I'm looking forward to that game. And I know the people are like, what is that game? It's going to be like a co-op game, heavy co-op. If you ever played Tale of Two Brothers, it's the same people behind that game, No Way Out. Tale of Two Brothers, you're playing with two characters at the same time, but this time it's two actual players in real life, playing. But look, go look that up, No Way Out, and I believe it's is it A Way Out or No Way Out? I need to, because I think I've been saying
it's
the
A
name
Way
wrong.
Out. Yeah,
It's
A Way
called
Out.
A Way Out. I'm sorry,
Hey,
viewers. I had to
Oh
get
wait,
my
I think it
hands
is A Way Out. I'm pretty sure it's A Way Out. Actually, let me
A
just
Way
double
Out,
check.
not No Way Out. Can
A
you check
Way
that
Out.
for me?
I think it's A Way Out. Yeah,
Yeah, my birthday's March
yeah, A
9th.
Way Out. Yeah, A Way
A
Out.
Way
So
Out? Yeah, I'm
A Way
sorry,
Out.
viewer, saying No Way
So
Out.
it's yeah, it's not. It's No Way Out is a movie actually.
Oh, I'm
So
so sorry, viewers. I'm
maybe
at, oh
maybe
my.
this is the sequel. Oh,
That makes sense, the whole, saying middle finger to Oscars, right? But
yeah, A
no,
Way
it's
Out.
A Way Out, not No Way
Well,
Out.
here's the
Sorry.
thing. If it's called A Way Out, then you know you got to beat the game. I mean, there is a way out. So
Yeah, see that? Man, Bandit is doing.
he just given away the whole game. It's like, okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
no matter what happens, you know there's a way out.
Oh, you know what? I must say this, Bandit, since you brought it up. A Way Out is a prison game. I'm breaking out a prison game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, the whole game, it looks like after you break out a prison, that's when the real game starts. So that's what it seems like. But anyway, that's no A Way Out, March 23rd, 2018, next year. Right in my birthday month. Might have to cop that. Anyway, Dreams 2018. Dreams is a game from Supergiant, not Supergiant. Crap. What those people? The people who did Little Big Planet. Is it Supergiant Games?
Oh, Media Molecule.
Media Molecule. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you, thank you. Those guys. Dreams is a game that is basically like Project Spark. Remember that game? A game where the gamer can create, and they went as far as to say you can make AAA games within the Dreams game. So Dreams is engine. Let's just call it Dreams what it is. It's going to have a story that they create that you can experience, but Dreams is an engine. Little Big Planet, people were able to create first-person shooters in the Little Big Planet game. I actually played one of the first-person shooters. It was like a horror game. It's pretty awesome. People was able to create games within Little Big Planet, and now with Dreams, the developers are hinting at you can make AAA titles within this game. Now, that might eat up all your memory, bro. But
yeah.
that's what it is. You seen the trailer? What you think?
I did, yeah. It looks like the topic. I mean, it looks pretty interesting. And I do think that games like this do need to exist. I'm not sure it's something that I personally could get into because I've never really got into the whole, create characters or create levels and that whole thing. It's just, I mean, it's cool when it's there, and I do play around with it sometimes, but I just never really get into it. So there's, Little Big Planet, I play that a little bit, and that was fun for a little while, but I just couldn't get into the whole creative stuff. But yeah, well, let's look at what other people do with the games. That's when it gets really cool when you look at what with people who are into that creation side of the levels, or you say making games and that whole thing, and that's really cool to see. So I think games like this is very important that they exist because they open up creativity for so many people who might not otherwise even be thinking of it.
Yes.
I think everybody has a creative outlet, of course, and we don't all have the same creative outlet, but we all have a creative outlet. Sometimes it comes in places, it comes in the form of something that you might not necessarily think it will come in. And yeah, Dreams, I think, or games like this, or like, Little Big Planet and your Mario Maker, where you create levels in that as well.
Great.
I think those games could really tap into somebody who might not necessarily be thinking about creativity, but because it's in their fields that they're interested in, like video games, they start maybe games with a bit more. And you might find that, like a friend of mine actually back in the day, who used to do the old create levels on Unreal, if you remember Unreal Tournament.
Yes.
He used to do all that, and from that he started doing game level design, and from that he started moving to games testing. So yeah, I feel like things are important that exist because they just open up parts of people's minds that they might not always be exploring, and it's amazing what you see people do, when it comes to creation.
I think you hit the nail right on the head. It's a tool to allow people who are creative to express themselves, and people who maybe have that dormant to come out and say, wow, I actually do like this stuff. So I'm happy those games exist. And with Dreams on the horizon coming out in 2018, we don't have a definitive release date. Look, I'm happy that game is coming. Hopefully we get a beta, because that's going to be a game that we all should try to help Media Molecule shape. But anyway, we're going to move on. We have literally like less than 15 minutes to do the rest of the show. And we have 4 bullet points for this. And we're going to just skim over to PSX, because PSX wasn't really nothing. It wasn't really a press conference like I thought it was going to be. But anyway, we're going to continue. That was Dreams releasing in 2018. Looking forward to that game for really, though. PUBG releasing on Xbox One as a game preview next week on the 12th. The next week is the 12th, right? Yep. And
Uh-huh.
on PC gets a full release on the 20th. So if you were to look at your calendars, 12th is a Tuesday, the 20th is in 2 weeks on a Wednesday. So the actual game release is on the 20th. First of all, let me ask you this. Did PUBG deserve being in the Game of the Year slot?
Well, that's a interesting question because it's technically not released yet, is it?
Exactly.
You know, so it's one of the world's biggest games right now, and it's actually not really released. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's still in early access. So yeah, it's how do you define a game? I mean, technically, of course, it is a game, regardless of where it's released. Like, it is a game. There's something you can play, and it has objectives and all that
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff. But the fact that it hasn't released means, at some level, even developers are saying this is not a complete game. So what you're judging it on is not what it's really supposed to be. You know, so yeah, that's an interesting question to say. Should a game be eligible for awards if it hasn't had an official release? Because whatever you play it on could change by the time it does get an official release. You know what I mean? Whatever
Exactly.
tweaks they might change, or whatever maps they might change, or things they might add or take out, blah blah blah. That's the whole thing about early access, is that you play this game, you give feedback, and they shape it based on what you're saying and where they feel it needs to go. And then by the time they give official release date, that's not to say they don't update it, because of course we've seen that still happen. You know, the whole ongoing game service and all that kind of stuff. But even
Mm-hmm.
still, it's not actually released, which means what you're playing now, it could be miles different by the time the 20th comes around. You know,
Yes,
it could be
indeed.
just something else.
Yes, indeed. PUBG is a battle royale game. I said this earlier when I was talking about Fortnite. It's a battle royale game made from the guys. Their company is Blue Point, and it was like Bandit said, it's a running success. Game is the biggest game in the world right now. It's the most played game on Steam. It's the most viewed game on Twitch most of the time. It fights between League of Legends and also fights against other games too. PUBG and Fortnite sometimes fight against each other on the Twitch view count. But yeah, that is releasing next week on the game previews, Xbox One game preview program. Yeah, and on PC the 20th. So look, Jeff Keighley probably threw that in there because it's a like you said, the biggest game in the world, right? So he probably threw that in there because of that reason alone. Moving on though, that's PUBG. Hellblade actress won Best Performance, and I was rooting for her. Her name is Melia. I'm sorry, I'm just butchering her name. I'm gonna just say MJ. Melina, and then her last name is Juergens. Jurgen
Melina
Melina.
Jurgens.
You see, Bandit with the native of his homeland. That I believe that she's over there by you, man.
Well, yeah, we're all European, so
Yeah, I'm done. Thank you, Bandit.
I think I know it looks European. I actually don't know where she's from, but it looks like a European name.
Definitely.
Maybe Scandinavian.
Ooh, and I'll tell you this right now. She is not an actress. This is the funny thing, Bandit.
Yeah.
She didn't go to school for acting or nothing. She was a designer of the character, in a mocap suit, and she act. But I believe she was something else. Like her real job wasn't acting. I'm trying to find out what was her real job at Ninja Theory. Ninja Theory is the developer behind Hellblade, released for $30. AAA game. Game looks almost as better than most AAA games that came out this year. This game looks better than some AAA games this year, and this game is $30. So that reason alone was why I wanted someone at Ninja Theory to win, or at least that game to get some kind of recognition. Because come on now, the game looking like that, playing like that, and at that price, that's beautiful. But I'm trying to find out what was her role in the team. But she wasn't an actress. That's the whole point I'm trying to get across.
Yeah. She was saying that during her acceptance that she was working at something. She was working at the company, but then they probably couldn't afford the actress. They put all the money on the game, but clearly did a good job because she won Best Actress. So
over other
congratulations
actresses.
to her. Imagine that you being like the all these actresses, all these people there that went to school, training, years of experience, movies, games, cartoons, everything they've been doing over the years, and they get beat up by an amateur.
Amateur, dude. That's like,
They got beat up by an amateur. Like
yes,
someone just turned up and was like, "Yeah, I'd have a go at that."
dude. Look at her. Look at her on IMBD, bro. On IMBD, like she just actress for one thing, visual effects for one thing. I'm done.
No, I'm teasing a little bit. I mean, of course, I mean, I assume she must have. I haven't played the game, but I assume she must have done a great job if she's winning Best Actress. And certainly, you know, the other people that are up on they're up for awards. You know, they've been around for time, and I know they're great at what they do as well. So I'm not trying to throw shade, but I do find it a funny situation. You know,
definitely, dude. She's from Germany. That's what it says. Just say Germany.
Okay. Not quite Scandinavian. Well, she's German, Scandinavian. Not quite, but close-ish.
Close-ish. All right.
Yeah, close-ish. Not quite, but yeah.
Man, I'm really trying to find what her real job is, because everything just saying she's the actor of Senua. Hellblade Senua Sacrifice, if you're wondering what the heck, why she won, what game was she on? She was on that game, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. It's a game where it deals with it's a mental disease. What's it? It's the S word. What is that mental disease that the game? Let me think. Let me see. Oh crap! look, I was ready to just say this name and move on, but now that we dived in it, I don't have all the details.
Was it schizophrenia? Was it
schizophrenia? Yes. Let's go with that.
Schizophrenia. I'm not sure exactly what, as I might be wrong on that, but I know it was some kind of mental disorder. I believe I've read or saw schizophrenia somewhere. And by the way, she was a creative video editor and photographer.
Thank you.
With a keen interest in developing my skills as a cinematography and video editing.
So she was part of the development team, long story short. And they pulled her and made her an actress. And she did a great job winning Best Actress in the Gaming Awards 2017.
Yeah, she did.
Great job. She did that thing. She did that thing. If she didn't win, I would have loved what her name is, Claudia Black from Uncharted Lost Legacy as Chloe Fraser to win. I loved her in that game. Released this year. Great game if you never played it. We got you never played Lost Legacy?
Oh no, I played it.
It was great.
Yeah, she was up for an award. And also the lady who did Nadine Ross, excuse me. She was up for an award as well.
Really?
Same award actually. She was also up for Best Actress. I think they both did a great job.
They did.
They both did a great job. I don't know. I think I preferred Nadine Ross a little bit, but I might be a little bit biased because Nadine is just one of the best characters in Uncharted 4. Maybe I'm gonna be a little bit biased. I think she was the best. She was, in my opinion, the best new character in Uncharted 4.
Man, she beat the mess out of the Drake brothers.
They kind of screw their character up there a little bit, I think. No, actually, no, let me rephrase it. They didn't screw their character up, but what I just felt like they had this like badass character, you know, like, you know, she was kicking us all over the place. And then by the time you get to the end of it, it's like she's not the final boss. It's like, wait, what? Why? You know?
Whoa, you're spoiling Uncharted 4.
Oh, sorry.
People on Xbox probably never even played that game. You got to let the guys taste it.
I might say a little bit too much.
You did.
But anyway, it's a great game. It's a great game. But I was kind of like, man, you know.
Okay, we all right. We got now the time is really ticking. I'm gonna go hit these two real quick. Work Together or Die, GTFO, the Payday 2 creators, 4-player co-op, released later next year. Wait a second, it says released this year. I'm guessing they're talking about early access coming out before December's over. But GTFO is the title of this game, and I just had to laugh. I just had to laugh. That title alone just made me laugh. The title is acronym for Get the Beep Out. The F is for Anyway, that game is from the Payday 2 creators, and I'll be honest with you, I'm excited for it. It looked good. Payday 2 looked fun. I never played Payday 2. You played Payday 2?
Not 2. I played the first Payday game a little bit, but no, not 2.
Yeah, I never played Payday 2. But anyway, I'm looking forward to that when it releases on console because, console master race. Now, hold up. Don't say that. Anyway, Bandit's like, I'm about to leave. Now, hold up. Metro Exodus 2018 story trailer got released and shown as the last world premiere at the Gaming Awards 2017. Jeff Keighley allowed that to show, or at least whoever who is behind that game. I can't remember the publisher or developer for that matter. But anyway, Metro Exodus. The trailer looked cool, but I'm sorry, at E3 this year on the Microsoft stage, that trailer looked better than what they showed us last night. The first person mode, and this is what I found out, Bandit. You remember Exodus? You remember that game being shown at the E3 at Microsoft E3? Remember that?
What, Metro?
Metro Exodus. Remember that at E3 this year?
Not specifically, no.
Well, that game, it was all in engine. It wasn't gameplay at all. It was just in engine. It made it seem like it was gameplay, but it wasn't. So I'm thinking with this last trailer it just showed, all in third person, they're not done this game. This game, it says 2018. I doubt we see that in 2018. We may see that in 2019. For them not to have a gameplay built for the Gaming Awards and not even at PSX, which we're going to get into right after.
Well, just because they didn't show it doesn't mean they don't have it. You know, I mean, they might be holding a little bit back. You know,
I don't know, man. They showed so much at E3, showing us how the gameplay, quote unquote, our bunny ears. Like, look, man, this game ain't gonna move like it did at that press conference. They said it in the beginning, in engine, or in engine or whatever. Not in engine. It didn't say in engine. It says something indicating that this is not gameplay, basically. I don't know. Metro Exodus. I hope it's good because I enjoyed the other Metro games. Did you play the other Metro games?
No, I ain't played any of them. I know they're based on books or a book, but no, I haven't played them.
They're pretty good, man. They're really good. But okay, and I said 4 points, but 5 points. The last point is Zelda Breath of the Wild 1 Game of the Year. I agree with that assessment because Zelda is such a game. It's such a video game. And I'm not saying it doesn't take itself seriously. It does, but the fact that it's so free in how you play it, and it allows you to be so free. I just tip my hat off to Nintendo for releasing that this year. They could have been released it probably, but they had to get it right for that Switch because the game runs on Switch, Bandit. That whole game runs on portable mode, man. I'm done. I'm done. So yeah, that was the Gaming Awards, and I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy the show, Bandit?
Yeah, and I did watch wait, you went the Game Awards or you went this show? Well, I enjoyed both anyway. So
thank you.
But yeah, it was a good show. The Game Awards. I didn't watch it live because this is well late for us UK folks. I watched it the next day.
Word.
I did watch it. I did watch the whole thing. Just had it on while had it on while I was doing other stuff, and it was a long thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was interesting, and and I haven't played a lot of the games that they were talking about. Just how that turned out. But certainly games that won, they're games that either look really cool or games that a few of them are games that I've actually played. So yeah, Zelda winning game of the year, I have no issue with. Maybe I might not have picked it myself, but hey, whatever. It's still a great game. It's still a fantastic game, and definitely you can't be like, oh man, this game it's not like that. So I'm okay with Zelda winning game of the year. Yeah. And just overall, there was an interesting time. I think it's an interesting time in general to be a gamer. So yeah, it was a good show. Good show.
Awesome. Write in the comment section from 1 to 5. How do you rate the show? And if you're listening to us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and SoundCloud, please drop a review and all that good stuff. Remember, Bandit Haze channel link is in the description. Support him and all that good stuff. Now, Bandit, what I'm going to do is run through the PSX, the PlayStation Experience stuff. I'm going to just run through it because it was basically panels where people was talking and stuff like that. I'm going to just run through it for the viewer because PSX is still happening. It's going to happen until tonight. So hopefully maybe even better news and good news might drop. Let me just take a look at Twitter. Actually, Bandit, if you could just scour the internet to see if any big news dropped in the time we were doing this podcast, that'd be cool. Anyway, we're going to go run through the list. During PlayStation Experience last night, however, God of War was revealed. The new God of War the game takes around 25 to 30 hours to complete. If this is accurate, this is the longest title of God of War, the longest God of War in the franchise. And a lot of people think this is going to be open world God of War, and that's what it looks like. It really do. look like an open world God of War. Um, the next bit the next bit is Last Guardian VR, free next week. Also, Wipeout VR. If you have the Wipeout game for PS4, is going to be free for you, the VR version of it. A lot of VR titles, Bandit. A lot of VR titles, so much so that I didn't catch all the VR titles, but a lot of VR love happening at the beginning of PSX, and rightfully so, because PSVR is the latest and greatest peripheral for the PlayStation family, and Yoshida, how do you say his name? Shuhei Yoshida. He was.
Oh, yeah.
What is he? He just he's a lead at PlayStation. I will just say that community manager. Or his title, it escapes me right now. But anyway, he was talking and comparing PS1 to PSVR, saying that, hey, look, this is just the beginning, right? They're putting all their muscle behind PSVR. It seems they really are, and it sold really good during Black Friday or the holidays in November. Moving on, Dreams. That game we already talked about. A lot of talking about how this game is going to be a game for creators. And then moving on to Detroit Become Human, coming out spring 2018. The first time we actually, no, that's not the first time. We knew it was coming out in 2018. But Detroit Become Human, they did a demo showing off all the different ways. I'm talking about a straight hand on the controller demo, and the game looks phenomenal, Bandit. Oh my gosh. The game looks crazy. And if you ever are familiar with David Cage's games, he's the guy behind Detroit Become Human. He did Heavy Rain. He also did Heavy Rain and what's that? The Wolf and Ellen Page game, Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bandit. He was about to come for the save. Yeah, he did that game. And then the other game is Donut Country. It looks like a Kanamari game. I be saying that wrong. It is a puzzle game, and it looks beautiful at 60 frames. It just looks fun. Coming out next year also. Mars and Jupiter, I might be saying those names wrong, but it's a dolphin VR game. Really cool looking. Blaze Blue cross tag fighting game. Got some Persona characters in there, some anime characters in there, coming out next year. Soul Calibur 6 was shown again. Straight up gameplay, and it looked great. They showed the man beating the mess out of that girl, bro. I was kind of cringing because, we live in a society of feminism and the rise of just, men just being nothing, like this society we live in. But
wait, which game is that? Was that
Soul Calibur? They was just showing the male beat the mess out of the woman, and okay. I was cringing because she was just taking it. She was just.
That's a fighting game, though, isn't it?
I know, but the fact that
it's going to happen.
I know.
Men's going to beat women. Women going to beat men.
You're right, but the fact that she didn't fight back, it was just like a whole minute of him just beating the mess out of her, and she wasn't fighting back, and I'm like, what? Like, I want to see a fight, not a slaughter, But then at the end of his rampage, they switched over to her, and then she went ham on him.
Okay,
and
so that's equal then. It's equal.
Equal. But till then, I was cringing because I was like, man, this woman getting messed up. I could just feel the woman in the crowd like, hey, man, let her hit you or something. like now, in reality, if you were picking a male and another player was picking a female, may the best fighter win, you as the fighter, your skill. If you give the controller to your wife and she don't play games and you are obviously the gamer in the fam, you're going to beat her. She's not going to lay a lick on you. That's understandable. But as a representation, to the millions upon millions of people watching, I don't know. I just felt I was like, Anyway, it was brutal, bro. But that's Soul Calibur 6. You excited?
Not particularly for Soul Calibur 6. I mean, I'm not really into the Soul Calibur games. To be honest, I don't really play that much fighting games these days. So I mean, I might check out the trailer just to see what the big fuss is about.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's not something I'll probably on my horizon. Speaking of men beating ladies, though.
Oh no, where are we going with this?
Did you hear about Beyond Detroit's Become Human and the controversy that had happened with that game?
Yeah. About the
child abuse
daughter.
Yeah, the daughter getting beaten to death, and some groups in the UK weren't too pleased about that being in the game, and there's a whole thing about this it's child abuse. Child abuse is not a game. It's not for anybody's entertainment. It's sick and perverse.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like for those who don't know, Esther Ranson is a founder of Childline over in the UK. She's been running that for years, and she's done lots of good work with child protection services over the years. So I wouldn't want to try and throw any kind of disrespect her way, because she's done so many good things for children. That said, I think she and perhaps her or whoever's advising her has perhaps missed a few things on this game. And of course, the game's not out yet, and we don't know what exactly they're going to be doing.
Yeah.
But just based on what we have seen so far, and based on what we know about Quantic Dreams, they tend to not be the whole gratuitous violence type game. You know what I mean? It's more about experience, what it means to be human, the difficult choices that happen, and things along those lines. And I think it's important that games experience and games explore topics like child abuse or rape or racism or sexism or all these topics, all these sensitive issues. It's important that art, whether it's movies, whether it's video games, whether it's books, explore these topics, because there's parts of what happens in the world, and it's a way in which we could hope to try to understand it better, to see things from different perspectives, and or even just open up our minds to things that we might even think about, because a lot of us don't go through that sort of thing. We don't go through I know lots of people do, but many of us don't. So though we might be able to say, yeah, it's bad, but we don't necessarily understand it. I mean, we could empathize to a degree, right? But we don't necessarily understand it. It's like, for example, when people talk about childbirth, you don't really understand it until you go for it, right? So I think it's a lot of like with any situation, you might have an idea, you can understand it's not a good thing, but until you go through it, you don't really understand it. So I'm not wishing anybody goes through it. But if you are seeing it through arts, you might get more of an understanding of what it is like to be in that situation, and to empathize a bit better when you are dealing with someone or talking to somebody who has been through that. So I think it's important that art, whether it's games, whether it's movies, explore these things. And from what I can tell, Quantic Dreams seem to be trying to attempt to explore it in that way, to open up the doors to looking at things like child abuse and understanding how serious it is, or understanding what people might be going through, so that we can maybe empathize a bit better. At least that's what I get from it, and we'll see if that's what it actually do.
That was good, Bandit. Thank you for sharing that. Bandit, you still with me?
I'm still here.
Awesome. All right, guys. Yeah, for sure. Like it's heavy messaging in this game. And I was about to say, like, I just thought about it, right? Like the last one with Korra, that trailer or that gameplay at E3, it was dealing with a father abusing his daughter, and now in this one with Connor, this trailer is one of the androids abusing his friend, his little girlfriend, right? And these girls are just getting messed up in this game, bro. That's what it looks like, bro. But look, like Bandit said, you know what I mean? They're touching a sensitive topic, and just like anything, you have a choice to either receive it, play it, or ignore it. And this mother hubber just jumped in the game or party. PrinceThaGamer, you're literally at the end of the episode. Prince, are you there?
What's up, Your Highness?
Yeah. What's up? What's going on, everybody? Ooh.
What up, Prince?
What's going on? Static, Bandit. Wait, Static was left?
No. It's just me and Bandit, because you mother hubbers just don't care about times that I place on the schedule.
Yeah, Prince.
No, ain't no schedule.
Look, I told you yesterday, 12 p.m.
No, you fell asleep on me on the phone watching PSX.
Look, PSX was
Is that good, huh?
Look, PSX wasn't it wasn't no E3. It wasn't no E3.
Look, they told you that it was going to be like that. So
yeah, but still. Hey, wait a second. No. I take that back. Bandit, don't let this man persuade you. No, or bring you a certain way. This man hung up on me. We were both watching the thing, and he hung up. You did. No, I remember. I was awake.
Okay, so I said, "What, you falling asleep?" You said, "Yeah, man, I gotta get some sleep."
No. I said, "This is boring. I'm about to fall asleep."
I kept calling your name. Because Dreams people was coming outside. I said, "Yo, hello."
No. I said, "Yo." I seen that, dude. I seen the Dreams. And look. I probably am missing some points on this list, but look, at the end of the day, I'll go throw in. your channel link and all that stuff, because I know that's why you're really trying to get on this. You know, you get that advertisement.
What? All I'm saying is this. So you told everybody everything. Witchfire and the Way Out is coming out 23rd. Everything like that.
Sure did.
Good. Thank God.
Thank you. I'll tell you this because we're about to end it. And like I said, everybody, y'all can catch Bandit channel as well as now Fresh's channel, PrinceThaGamer, in the description below. And if 8-Bit decides to bless us with his presence, well, I'll put him in there too. But Bandit, what you were about to say?
Oh no, just I was appreciate you putting me on. Good talking to you guys. Thanks for the chat. Talked a little about games and some other stuff. You know, it was all good. Prince Wagwan. Running that BMT schedule. I know, but
you had to bounce.
Oh yeah, but yeah, you know, it's been good. Man. It's been fun.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, look, Bandit. Before you drop the mic and run, I just wanted to say these two things and we're done. And then you can tell the people what you've been doing and guide them to your channel real quick. You kind of just did it. So I'm going to just say this real quick. Monster Hunter Worlds featuring a Mega Man skin for your little companion, as well as the demo for PlayStation. You can go download the Monster Worlds beta on your PlayStation. Just type in Monster Hunter World and you should be able to just download the trial, the free trial if you have PlayStation Plus. And I downloaded it fresh, and I've been playing it, or the tutorial at least. And there's on a PS4 Pro, there's a high frame rate mode, there's a resolution mode, and then there's a performance mode. Kind of reminds me of how Crystal Dynamic, is that the people behind Rise of the Tomb Raider? Yeah, they did it with that. So yeah, that's pretty good on Monster Hunter World. I'm excited to.
Hold up. So wait. So the game is live right now?
Yeah. Download it, bro. Download it. I downloaded it for you. So yeah. All right. The last bit and the last point was about Days Gone. Definitely releasing in 2018 from the PSX. From them, we get this info, and as well as yeah, here it is. It's 100. Shuhei Yoshida, you know, the guy that I was telling you about earlier, is 100% playable from start to finish. Now, how does it look from start to finish? We don't know. But do you guys think Days Gone's coming out next year?
No.
Bandit?
Sorry, Days Gone. Isn't that supposed to be out soon? I was hearing. I think it's supposed to be out soon. Or isn't it not? Or what's happening with it?
It's saying release date for 2018.
All right, okay, it's no actual date set. Okay. I remember someone was telling me that was due out soon, so we'll guess we'll see. I think we're saying it was due out at the end of this year. But yeah, I guess not if it's still say 2018
for sure.
So, but yeah, I guess we'll see. But I think they'll probably see it in 2018. If not, you know, now I guess. But yeah, I'm sure. I think we'll see it in 2018. I don't see why not, unless there's. Well, I'm sure there's lots happening that we don't know about. But you know,
I wouldn't even say 2019 to be honest.
2019 Days Gone. Look, they saying they're saying 2019 to 2020. Days Gone. What's that game I told you about, Bandit, from Firewatch people? What is it called? Yeah, In the Valley of Gods. Those games might be the first titles that we might see on next gen consoles. PS5 being the next gen for PlayStation, whatever Xbox wants to call their next thing. Look, write in the comment section, viewers. What do you guys think about the Game Awards 2017 as well as PSX 2017, which is still going on? It's still going on. So, guys, go ahead and enjoy that for the rest of the day. And thank you again, everyone, for tuning in to this gaming talk. I know we did it off of schedule, like Fresh was kind of hinting at. We do this normally at 5 p.m. U.S. Central Time. I was glad we did it then because maybe Bandit couldn't have joined if we did it at 5 p.m. on Thursday. But I'm glad.
Maybe.
I'm glad he was able to join me because he held it down when my other mates wasn't here.
I said thank you. Look. look. Why you say
it's all right.
So you tell me he didn't show up.
Look. 8-Bit didn't show up. He told me. I thought he was going to show up. But you know what? It's okay, 8-Bit. I forgive you.
Static. Why does it say Static is in here then? That's weird.
No, he's in the party, but he's not in the chat.
Okay.
Okay. I was just like running over to Twitter to see if anything big dropped or any like. Oh, there's some sales going on for Xbox and PlayStation, so go check that out. The Gaming Awards sales still going on until Monday, which would be December 11th. So anyway, viewers, thank you for tuning in. In the description, we have all our guys' links in their channels. Real quickly, Bandit, tell the people where they can find you. Tell them bye.
Yo, I am Bandit Haze. You can find me on youtube.com/Bandit Haze. I have a few different channels. One of them is comedy focused. I'd actually pull up a video. I talk about various things though. I mean, I put up a video just recently talking about loot boxes. So check that out. Haze explains loot boxes. Also have a gaming/vlog channel over at Haze Days, where I do live streams and talk about sort of various gaming and movies and vlogs and, you know, that sort of thing there. I also have a piano channel if you're interested in watching me learn how to play piano. That's Haze Plays. So yeah, check that out. You know, I've been learning for a few years now, so yeah, check that out if you're interested in piano musics. But yeah, Bandit Haze, that's me. Search that on YouTube, search it on Twitter, search it on Facebook, Instagram, search it all over, and you'll find me.
Hey man, are you on MySpace?
I probably still am actually. Probably.
Yeah,
I've not checked it for a long time, but I'm probably still there. I don't know. Maybe they delete your account after a while. I don't know. Maybe I should check.
You should, man. Let us know. It's all just have a MySpace family reunion. All my old friends.
No.
Oh, wait. No. Let's not go back there, huh, Fresh? Let's leave the past in the past.
I'll add you to my top 8.
Please.
All right. That was Bandit Haze. In the description, hashtag like all his content. View his content. Thank you again, Bandit, for joining me.
Appreciate it, man.
Awesome. Now, Fresh, PrinceThaGamer, tell the people where they can find you.
Sorry, I was late. You know, better late than never. I showed up. Yeah, y'all can follow me on Twitter at PrinceThaGamer. Speaking of that, I just dropped some new music. So, you know what I'm saying? If you like music, you like rap, go check it out. The song is called Chick-fil-A. We're advertising on this channel. It's fine.
No. First of all,
no.
Chick-fil-A might try to get you, but no, it's all right. You advertise it away, man. This is your platform, man.
You're right. Follow me on there. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel for gaming news. Got a new Death Stranding video coming out, probably like 10 minutes long. Analysis on it. And speaking of Death Stranding, Kojima also confirmed. I just want to put this out. He confirmed that underwater scene with Norman Reedus is playable. He said
we actually
in game.
Actually,
so,
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we actually did say that in the podcast. I said it, and I said it, and I said it, and I said Fresh would be proud, you know, that I listened to this stuff.
Awesome, yeah. So that it's always good to talk to you guys. I thank you, Bandit, for coming on and representing. No,
yeah.
It's always good to talk to y'all. But
so good, man. So good.
And I'll see y'all guys later on the next video.
God willing.
God willing, yeah.
Yeah, but yes, that is my dudes. In the description, you can find them all. Hashtag like all their content. Remember, we do the audio version of this on SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio, and that iTunes. Put ratings and all that good stuff. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, listeners. Thank you again to my guests and homies. This has been the Gaming. I'm about to say the Gaming for Days podcast, but it's Gaming Talk. This has been Gaming Talk 53 on the Gaming for Days channel. Y'all be blessed. God bless. That's all she wrote. This has been Raw, coming at you raw. Pieces.
Let's go.